Hey, Jessica.
Hello, Walker. Where's your
How are
immersive
you?
gallery? I need to get you.
Huh?
I don't have like an immersive gallery for you. Wait 1 second. We need to get you an immersive gallery, all right? Here we go. Here
Okay.
we go.
Oh, hey, Jessica. Oh, beautiful, beautiful location.
We're in Zoom. What is it? Autumn land.
Yeah, I love it. Love it. Festive.
How was your day? How
The,
was your week?
the weather's like autumn, isn't it? A bit rainy, a bit weird.
It's a bit shitty, yeah.
Yeah, my week's been hectic. I'm so glad it's almost Christmas. I'm just like, what's the word? Just tired, exhausted, and like Christmas is almost upon us.
It's just crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, my hair's crazy. Everything's crazy.
I like your hair.
How's your week been, Jessica?
Good. It's pretty cruisy, but as well full on, but cruisy. Because I'm preparing for my new job next week. I start on Monday.
Yay!
Yeah.
Woo!
It's just I met my new team. They're really nice today.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
lovely.
Trying to get the
What are their
internet sorted.
names?
Anand, Sharon, there's always a Shazza in the mix.
Classic.
Yeah. But they're really nice and friendly. And that's the main thing.
Perfect.
It's
That's
just
all
a
you can
smooth,
hope for.
it feels smooth but hectic at the same time, but it feels smooth, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Well, on this week's podcast, I decided, how did I come up with it? I can't remember. I must have been on Instagram or TikTok or something. And this guy was like, my one regret in life is that I never did what I wanted to do. And I'm like, that's a bloody good topic. I'm like, what about your regrets in your 20s and your 30s and your 40s and your 90s and all of it? I was like, that's going to make an epic podcast. Don't you agree with me, Walker? Don't you agree?
Hell yeah. Woo-hoo.
James is almost 30. 30
I
people.
know. How did this happen? How did we allow this to happen?
I know. It is just insane how time flies.
So, Jessica, since you're 30, what are your regrets that you had in your 20s?
I don't think I have any. I can't remember any of mine.
I do. I've got regrets.
Oh God, here we go. Tell me. Tell Auntie Jess in the
Regret. The regrets I have is playing the victim.
Oh,
How easy it is to like go to that mode of like, oh, poor me, for this situation, blah 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 blah. I just think like often like you don't want to forgive people, you don't want to do that kind of stuff because you're just, what's the word, so poor me, and like, no, I shouldn't give that person a second chance, no, la 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 la. I just think that like life's so short. It's just like understand that people are going through their own things too, and just chillax, chill out. Like the world doesn't revolve around you.
yeah, it's so true.
Yeah,
It's so easy
and
to
have a
get
little
caught
bit
up.
more of a laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my regrets of my 20s. Is just not forgiving enough, and not having more laughs. I had a lot of laughs, but more laughs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I look back on it. You know how sometimes you just hold on to petty shit? It's just like, stop
Yeah.
holding on to it.
It's easy to be like, yeah, I'll just do that later on. Because you feel like you
Yeah.
feel invincible and then you realize your back hurts and you're not.
My back hurt, yeah, last night.
Oh no.
Mm,
What did you
yeah.
do? What did you do?
I just think like sitting down too much at work, so I need to stand up more.
Yeah, it's easy to get into that fix as well because you're so like invested in what you're doing. Get about
You know,
it.
you just get, you know, when you just like, what's the word? You just like constantly working that you know, you're just like, oh shit, I really have been sitting down a long time. Yeah.
I agree. I'm trying to
You
think.
know, sitting down is the new smoking. Did you know that? That's going to be your regret in life, sitting down too much. So when you're older, you have all the time in the world to sit down. So when you're in your 20s, your 30s, and your 40s, don't sit down. It's the new smoking. Don't do it.
I love this. Very nicely said, James. Very nicely.
Standing desk only. So I'll sit down when I'm old and I can't stand up.
It's kind of like that thing where you get on a plane and you sit for hours and then you go to another location and you sit and you're just like, I should be standing, but I stood for 5 seconds. That's enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm standing. Yeah, let's go.
I'm standing. Let's do this. It's so
What
nice.
are some regrets you have?
It's so nice to see you.
Yeah, it's lovely to see you too.
It's just lovely. The weather in Melbourne is dreary and it doesn't.
Oh no.
It's like not making
Kind
up.
of depressing.
Yeah. It's raining. It's kind of shitty.
True that.
Yeah. I have this list. I have a list of the top regrets.
Okay.
I kind of
educate me.
I really like the start of this. When I was reading it, I'm like, wow. So here we go, people, brace yourself. The title, You're Going to Die Someday. Perhaps the 5 most powerful words ever spoken to me. No matter how immortal we feel waltzing through life's ups and downs, we are all must someday stare death in its devious eyes as we reflect on our lives. Life is complex for sure, that's a given. But if you really ponder for a moment, it can be boiled down to 2 feelings you'll most likely be meeting on your deathbed. Number 1, triumph. I did it right. Number 2, regret. Oh no, I should have done this and that. But thankfully, every day is a great day to get better. Every day is a perfect day to change the track of your life, to reroute the potentially destructive path of a life wasted. What better place to start than people in their final days? So people, I have a never-ending list of people in their 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, so on and so forth. So we'll start with number 1 and tell me your thoughts, James. Tell me your thoughts.
I will.
Number 1. I wish I would have compared my I wish I shouldn't I wish I didn't compare myself to others is what I was trying to get at. So everyone
100%. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Your beauty is your beauty. Don't try and be anyone else.
Yeah. Instead of like comparing yourself to like friends and families and jobs, and it's easy to fall into that rut, reflect on how far you've come as a person, as if you've only got today and you need to put yourself, it's kind of like that quote where you have to I'm only competing with myself. I'm only competing with myself.
And also it's just like stop even like thinking about competing. It's just like stop comparing lemons to oranges. They're different. Appreciate you for who you are. Don't start comparing.
I agree.
Not good.
Not good. Not good.
Life badly lived.
Yeah. Number 2, I wish I'd taken action and dove in head first.
100%. Stop procrastinating.
Just get it
Get
done.
your shit done, get it sorted, cross your T's, dot your I's, fucking sign the contracts.
Get it done. I feel like a lot of people
Build
fall.
that house. Yeah.
You
Get
kind of
that job.
you fall into this rut, like when you're in your early days of life, even in your 20s, your teens, where you're just like doing anything feels like a chore. And you can just procrastinate. You're like, oh, I just can't be bothered. And then as you get older, when you actually get over that hurdle, you realize actually doing it was the easy part. You've just complicated it in your mind.
100%. If you got dreams, hopes, aspirations, you should treat each day as if it was your last and just start doing it. Stop talking about it. Start doing it. If you fuck up, you learn, don't you?
Yeah. Even if it's slow, at least start. That's what, most people don't even do that. So if you're slow, don't compare yourself to other people. You will get there.
Yeah.
Number 3, I wish I had tuned the world out more. Ooh.
I think sometimes we can, what's the word? Search and search and search and search, but the answers are within us. It's just like you don't need any advice from your friends. You don't need any advice from self-help books or anything like that. It's like, oh, amazing if you come across it and it speaks to you. But at the end of the day, it's just like, that can just be noise.
Yeah. People have their opinions with their own life experiences, society, cultures, all of it. But at the end of the day, you know the way. So just do it. I like that one. Number
I agree.
4. I wish I didn't wait to start it tomorrow. Excuses are plentiful and it's easy to make. But when you start, it's like that saying. What is that saying? All these sayings are coming to my head, but I can't remember. Don't put off what you can do today, because you never know what's going to be, like what's going to happen tomorrow. You just don't know. You have to literally take the world by the balls and make it your own and just begin.
Basically.
I agree. Number 5, I wish I'd taken more chances. A lot of people live in the mentality of rejection and failure and fear, and miss the possibilities of the sweet possibilities of what may become if you just begin, and it's sad. I've known a lot of people, so much potential.
Also perspective.
Yeah.
Like, how often do we find friends and family members who go, oh, like, I don't love what I'm doing. Like, it's just work. It's just a job. It's just like, that isn't good enough. To be frankly honest with you, you're here for one life and one life only. If you're not enjoying what you're doing and what you like, your job and stuff, like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, literally, change your perspective and start fucking loving it and appreciating it and finding, oh my God, I can learn this, I can do this, I can change this. Get involved. Like, I think the biggest thing people in life want to, what's the word, complain and just find the negatives instead of just being like, shit, like, what do I actually enjoy doing in this place? Oh, where can I go in this place? Let's get excited. What can we do new? What can we do different here? Blah, blah, blah. And I think, like, what's the word? Complacency and a lack of change, a lack of not embracing change is what keeps, workforces stagnant and there's no growth or potential there. So that's like one thing that I've kind of noticed is that stop thinking that you know everything in the job. It's just like you have an infinite amount of ways of perspecting it and perceiving things. and being able to be the change within the workplace. Stop looking at the negatives and start being the changes you want to see there. You know what I mean? Like any job, you have so much potential. It's like, oh, okay, I work at Baker's Delight. Oh, like, oh, I know all the products. Like, there's nothing new, blah, 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 blah. Well, if you want something new and something to change, it's just like, what is something that you could do? Oh, maybe I can write to the head of the, Baker's Delight and tell them about my product idea. Maybe I can do, you know what I mean? Like, start doing the stuff that is going to excite you in a job. Like, you don't need to move on from a place. You can, what's the word? You can reimagine and redo stuff within that space. And I think that's very important in today's world, is that we often just go, oh, I know everything that there is and I'm just comfortable. I'm not going to challenge myself. I'm not going to, do anything. Like, I'm all for changing jobs as well. But I just think, like, so often we get our blinkers on and we just go, I know everything there is to know. It's just like, do you actually? Like, if you really thought about the possibilities of what, your role could go else, off into.
Yeah.
It's infinite. Like, if you use your creative mind, there's nothing you can't do in that role.
Yeah. And it's easy to pick on other people that are succeeding by you just saying,
instead of being
try,
like, and then also it's like, you're seeing people succeeding, and instead of being like congratulating them and taking them out to a coffee to celebrate and to get, ask them hard questions of like, how do you do this? Like, what's your mindset? What inspires you in the morning to, like, blah, blah, blah. People just get, jealous, or like they just go to those lower kind of vibrations. It's like, oh, it's too hard, it's inachievable. It's like, no, it actually isn't inachievable.
Yeah,
You just
if
got
that
to
person can do it, you can do it
open
too.
open up the conversation. And to be honest with you, I think, like, you create a culture of sharing information. Like, the best thing, I think, everything is getting into the mindset of everyone has something to teach you, and stop thinking that you're above someone because of social status or because of your roles in the work. Everyone has, a point of view, a perspective, and don't write it off. Like, everything is infinite and everything has a way of becoming something.
Yeah.
Like, and I think that's one thing that I never want to regret, is having an open mind. Having an open mind is one thing that I think is really important in terms of not having regrets. You had that open mind, you were able to do what you could do.
As soon as you say that I'll try this today, or I'm going to do this, and you write a goal for yourself, like, you're already like 70%, if not 90% there. It's just that mindset of I'm going to do this for myself. It's unbelievable, really. I love it. I love it, James. I love that one, actually. So simple. It's such a simple concept, but I love it. Number 6, I wish I would have kept going. A lot of people stop, isn't it? Right when they're at the finish line, and they can see their goals and they can see everything that they want on the other side.
That is such a common regret.
Yeah.
I really love that one. It's like, so many people were so close to inventions, so close to finding treasures, so close to success, and they gave up. And what they found so demoralizing is the people who came in after. I remember there was this story, and they were hunting for gold, I think it was. And he sold the place, he sold all the fortunes and everything. He's like, there's no gold here. And guess what? Apparently he was only a couple of like centimeters away from discovering it. And the person made their fortune of his business, and he said that was one of the greatest lessons in life, and it taught me never give up.
Yeah. If you have a dream, go
on
get it.
something. Yeah.
No matter
And also
what.
he's like, when you think it's so far away, it's like you're actually this close, and it's actually the universe pushing you, being like, are you gonna keep trying?
Yeah.
Or you're
It's
not?
a decision, really. It is a decision to quit. You know, it's not, oh, it's too hard. You've made a decision. And
Yeah.
sometimes, you know, if you feel like you have to quit in order to, but if it's like a positive feeling, it's not that I'm a failure feeling. Like there's two different, like, you know, as a human, you know, and pressure can be pressure, stress, anxiety, depression. It's hard. But
I
if you
think
just
like though,
keep
if you have
going,
a goal,
if
it's
you have a
just like,
goal, go get it. Period. It's like that pursuit of happiness. He never gave up, and he gave it his all and became. And sometimes when you keep
imagine.
giving your all, people, you realize that when you keep giving and giving and you're not expecting results, I think the lesson is kind of just like, well, you're not meant to expect anything. You're meant to keep trying and see how much you can push yourself. It's just
Yeah.
interesting. And then all of a sudden, boom, things happen.
I always think it's that moment of not expecting anything, of not expecting to make that breakthrough, or you know, when you're trying really hard on something and you're trying, like, oh, it's never gonna work, I'm never gonna solve the problem, and then all of a sudden, in that moment of like almost not trying, but you're still there, if that makes sense. You're
Yeah.
still attempting it, but you're not thinking too much about it. It
Yeah.
happens, and you get that breakthrough, and you get that answer and everything. And just like, thank fuck I didn't give up, because you were close.
It's just, it's funny. It just is, it's a test of faith, you know, that you keep going and going, you're seeing nothing, you're seeing no results. But if you just maintain that simple act of faith, you know, and not give in to your fears, because fears can
The
just,
hardest part is showing up.
yeah, by just showing up, by just doing a little, can be a mountain full of like opportunities. It's unbelievable.
100%.
Yeah, no, I love that. It's a good one too. I really like this one too. It's getting juicy as we're going along. But I wish I told others how much I love them.
This one's really good. I love that.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, when you really think about life, and the more I think about it, is it not just a test of love?
Yeah.
A test of a love for yourself, to not give up on yourself, to, you know, find the light in, you know, dark moments, and also to shed light onto other people.
No matter what.
Definitely,
No matter what struggle.
I kind of like the idea of just that, really, in keeping true to that essence of love. Is a really good vibration that I think will reward you. And how important it is to praise, you know, colleagues, to foster, you know, even friendships, just fostering that, really, I guess, love is really what I'm saying. Words of affirmation, words of affection, and words of gratitude.
Yeah.
I think really
make someone's day by you just being polite, or just saying hi in the morning or bye in the afternoon or whatever. By just being a bit more courteous and not so self-absorbed, because it's easy to be that. By to actively be aware that you're impacting the people around you, whether you're going through a divorce or anything of the sort, to actually,
and when people,
like, that person's not going through it, let's actually,
and when people are having a really,
yeah,
and when people are having a really bad day, to realize that, to rein it in on them, like, it's horrible that your day, tell me about it and whatnot. And then also to be aware in the moments when someone's losing it at you, you know how some people crack it at you, and to realize that you don't need to get down to their level, and if one of the best things you can do is just show more love.
Yeah, and you find like in time they come to you and they're just like, sorry. But if you came up to them and was like, what's your problem? It'll be a fight instantly. But you just leave it alone. and just trusting the process as well can speak volume. Volumes. But
What's
how
some
many times,
more?
like, even like, I don't know if this has happened to you, but I know it's happened to me where years and years later I find out that a person liked me but never said anything. And I'm just like, why? You know, I'm sure everyone's been through this where that there's this like one person that comes up and you're just like, I had no idea. And they just presumed that you wouldn't do anything. And I'd be like, no, you're a real treat, but you didn't have self-love for yourself. So it's sad. But number
I
8.
think that's another regret, isn't it?
Yeah.
Not having the courage to
Speak your
say what you needed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because who
I think
knows?
speak your mind. Yeah, I guess that's it, isn't it?
It's that self-love and respect for yourself that your feelings are valid in this world. A lot of people, if not most people, don't have that. And they just presume, oh, I'm just my imagination. No one who cares.
Afraid of rejection, afraid of humiliation, afraid of all those kind of things that come with feelings when someone then doesn't justify or
because
have
you're raw.
back.
You're raw and you prefer to wear a mask because it's safe, but you live this mediocre life that's not fulfilling. Just, it's interesting.
You know, like a lot of people, it was actually interesting. You know how a lot of people go, I know this is one thing that people get upset about. It's like they will go, I made a mistake. I acted out of anger, out of my emotions at the time. It wasn't right for me to do what I did, etc., but I don't regret it. But it's taught me a valuable kind of lesson. And I think that's also important to realize that when you are emotional and you're coming from, you know, even moments of anger or hatred, and it's a moment where you lose control. I think like it's a reminder and it's also a lesson. So I know like a lot of people go, oh, I regret that, you know, and they play it over and over in their head. It's like, isn't it quite interesting that often you know, a lot of people will go, oh, that person was crazy, they lost it, etc. No, you actually pushed that person. A lot of people won't admit the fact that you actually had a role to play in creating that environment.
They know, but they're just playing the victim as well for themselves. It's so bloody true. And so
actually, no, you're just as guilty.
You're just as guilty and contributed to this breakdown of this person.
Yeah.
And it's selfish to not actually listen to each and every person's, you know, a lot of people I find in my own experience when I'm having a bad day and you keep repeating yourself and you just, people are really, it's kind of like when you do well and people congratulate you, but if you keep doing well, they're just like, oh no, now they're better than me. It's that, but with like, in the context of this, it's kind of like, if I'm in a really shitty place and people are there for me, they'll only be there for like a short time. And then they're just like, oh, now she's just being selfish. When sometimes it takes time in order to process, and those people are not your friends and you need to identify the negative from the positive. And don't stick around for that shit. Get out. You need people to be there at your worst, no matter how long it takes, or your best, you know, either way. People love a good laugh, but what's the point if you're not going to be there when I'm in my worst state? You know?
I think that's so important as well, is that like people are a bit like fickle about that. It's just like, no, I only want you at your best, at your top of your game. And it's just like, actually, people are multifaceted. You can't have, you know, what makes you deserving of being around someone if you can't handle them at their worst?
Yeah. It's kind of,
and to be honest with you, I kind of hate that kind of saying though. It's like, you're at your worst, she was crazy and all that kind of thing, because deep down I think that, yeah, they might have been crazy or whatnot, but doesn't that show you a little bit that that person like cares a bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is actually someone that doesn't have a wall up. You have a wall up and you're calling the victim the problem. Like, yeah. And just to finish it up, because we're at 30 minutes, but I think this is good. I wish I was content with what I have. Boom.
110 bloody %. How often do we keep looking outside of ourselves for stuff to make us feel better? How
Looking at the
often do we go,
past.
oh, if we had a car, if we had this, like we're looking to the present or we're looking to the past, like you're saying, oh,
Past is
that person-
depression, the future is anxiety. You have to live now. Yeah.
And how often we don't even enjoy the now.
No. You
We
know,
don't even
life
have a
goes
good
so
laugh
fast.
or a good smile. Yeah.
What's the bloody point?
We're always like, oh, what are we doing this weekend? And planning, instead of just going, it's cool now.
Actually, what about right now? Yeah. But yes,
Yeah.
good topic. I love this podcast. Like,
Yeah.
podcast and the
I
episode.
love that topic.
It's a good
It
one.
was a good episode. Loved it.
See you later. You rest, you relax.
Yeah.
Had a big week.
You too. You have to. And good luck with the job on Monday, yeah?
Thank you. Yes.
Woo.
Yay. Bye,
Bye.
Jane.
Bye.